I often use Belize real estate as I look at it when you're buying a piece of property and I'm not planning on developing, I look at it as like a savings account, the best possible savings account you can have.
So today we have two of our fellow colleagues from Belize. We have Will Mitchell and Dustin Rennie. Welcome, you guys.
Hey, thank you.
Welcome.
Alexa.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us on.
We're so glad to have you guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit jealous of the palm trees and the sunshine and the great tan you guys have.
Like we said, you got to keep it on brand. We're in Belize, so if we don't have palm trees behind us, we'd just be doing the viewers a disservice here.
Yeah, we were going to go to the beach. We didn't want, everybody to get too envious.
Yeah.
maybe for our next episode where we come and record on site, we can do that.
Oh, that's like the basics. We go way further than that. We got the whole place dialed in down here.
Oh my gosh. So before we get into that, which that's like one of my favorite topics, what you guys are doing down there, let's share with our viewers your story. Tell us where you're from and how you ended up where you are here.
I guess I can kind of give Dusty a quick intro here and myself, and you could tag along too. But basically, so we're from Canada. Coming to Belize kind of happened a long time ago. My family relocated to Belize when I was about 5. From the ages of 2 to 5, I actually lived in Costa Rica, and it kind of been a second home my whole life. So I was back and forth between here and Canada. I started with Remax 7 years ago, working at an office on the island here that we're on, Ambergris Caye. And from there, stayed with it 2 or 3 years ago. How many years ago? 5 years ago, started recruiting Dustin.
It's like a kidnapping almost.
And Dustin was running he was the director of marketing at a publicly traded company on the Toronto Stock Exchange. So he had a great position there.
I love the story of movement. And yes, maybe it was a little bit of a kidnapping of your best friend, but look at all smiles over there. So it looks like it turned out pretty well.
It was hardly a kidnapping. That was a bad joke.
We always tell people when you move to Belize, you become infinitely popular than you were back in your hometown.
Yeah, I had no friends. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to come down here.
Oh, now you want to come stay on the couch? Now you want to come for a visit? It just comes with the territory.
And
so you gotta be ready.
And they don't leave.
Listen, I don't even need a couch. Just a hammock on that porch sounds good.
I like that. We got you covered.
No, but for real, you guys, like, I'm not gonna lie, seeing your posts on social, I'm like, what an incredible life. What an incredible lifestyle. Like, of course you guys are in Belize, like living it up and having a great time and selling the dream of Ambergris Caye, right?
Yep. And it's, it's been a long journey to get to where we are now. Like, things are better than ever.
Yeah.
And when I first came here a long time ago when I was a kid, the population of this island was about 2,000 people. So just to put it into perspective, right now we're hovering around 30,000 people. There's 2 islands in the region that are similar geographic size. That's Grand Cayman and Roatan. Their respective populations are about 60,000 each. So we've came a long way from where we were.
People are taking action, right? I think people are so tired of being pented up in whatever, they're in a small apartment or in a different climate. They're looking to find their dreams and go live their dreams now. You're seeing that also?
I mean, it's a busier time than ever down here. And we look at it from a couple of different avenues. There's the lifestyle aspect, but there's also a lot of people who, like you said, there's a pandemic going on. They're looking to change their life. More people than ever are working from home. They have the ability to work remote. And just where we are in this new time, especially younger people, millennials, they're looking to change the pace. They're looking to do something different. And we're the recipient of a huge benefit there. I mean, our transaction volume, looking at 2019 versus even 2020, we saw an increase in transactions, which very few places can see that or can say that. It was just people were really looking to change their pace.
Property taxes here, like we have properties that the property tax is about $75 a year, and there's no really other holding costs or additional fees associated to that. So I often use Belize real estate as I look at it when you're buying a piece of property and I'm not planning on developing, I look at it as like a savings account, the best possible savings account you can have. You have an asset that's hedged against inflation, and you're paying almost no holding or carrying costs and keeping that property. Yeah, I think also like the big thing with Ambergris Caye is like you look at like so many other markets. When you look at like the mainland, you look at the Yucatan Peninsula. it's hard to get the same level of real estate appreciation than you would see on like Cayman Islands, Bahamas. Like if you could go back and invest 30 years from now, would you invest in Mexico or would you invest in Bahamas or Cayman Islands? When you have an island, you have a lot more scarcity. It's like Cancun built out, they then went to Playa, they then went to Mayan Riviera, they then went to Tulum. Here, there's only so much land that can be developed. And with that, we're able to see a lot better returns and a lot faster appreciation than we'd see in other markets. And something that's interesting with Ambergris Caye is we were looking at the numbers of 2020. Average real estate on Ambergris Caye compared to the Caribbean was like 190% less. So it's kind of nice that you get that strong ownership rights at a discount to what comparables would be.
We're kind of ranting now, but one more thing I want to add in with regards to Belize is that the government is very conscious of what's happening with the land. So over 44% of the land is dedicated to National Park and Marine Reserve, never to be developed. So when you're looking at real estate markets and trying to see, okay, what's going to happen in this market? When you put that big of a constraint on supply of available and developable of the land, and demand continues to increase, that's where we're seeing the appreciation happening. The other side effect of that is that all of the beautiful things that make people come to Belize are protected. So they've done so many things right, and it's been an amazing market for us. So we couldn't do it any other way.
So it's like the fact you're able to match the quality of life and that great lifestyle with a sound real estate investment. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's like, why, instead of putting your money in like the stocks or whatever, put it into something that's tangible that you can actually have utility and that can experience a lot of appreciation. It's an incredible opportunity.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. The lifestyle as well, it's unbeatable. Like being able to get up in the morning, we got our boat, jump on the boat, go out to another island, jump in the ocean.
Have everybody watch me go down the canal and jet ski.
This guy, he likes to take his jet ski to the office, so he'll pull up in a full suit on his jet ski.
I definitely need to see that. That's good.
Quite the entrance into the office.
Oh, Dustin is a big entrance guy.
It's showmanship.
We're not in an area where it's a high kind of hurricane zone. We do get hurricanes, but when it comes to a hurricane, there's two types of damage. So there's the wind damage, which with proper building technique, even with a wood structure, you can mitigate with proper building technique. What really causes the significant damage is the storm surge. So for a storm surge to develop, like we saw with Hurricane Harvey or Hurricane Katrina, you need a long stretch of shallow water for that to accumulate. And then the water is what's going to really do a lot of damage. On our island and in our location, the water depth going out to the reef is about 6 to 8 feet deep, but that's very close to the shoreline. Behind that, the water depth is 1,000 to 3,000 feet deep. So it's some of the deepest water in the Caribbean. So the largest recorded wave on the shoreline here is about 4 or 5 feet. So we don't really have major issues with storm surge, just given the landscape here. But if someone is concerned about it, we absolutely encourage them, build with concrete, you know? But you do see wood structure, and it's primarily a function of budget.
It's budget's also time frame. What can be done a lot quicker. The one thing that's also important to note is having islands and mainland. We are like a net exporter. We're one of the few countries in the region that is. So we actually do have a lot of high quality wood materials that makes wood very accessible and cheaper to build with. We're born entertainers. We love hosting. So
yeah, I mean, some of the best things to do around here, like obviously going snorkeling on the reef. That's something we'll do every weekend. Usually like a standard Saturday for us is we get up, we get all of our friends, we hop on the boat, we bring a little grill. We'll either go to a beach or we'll go to the reef. We'll go out fishing, and then we'll come in and we'll do a little beach barbecue. We'll bring the speaker out and just enjoy everything the island has to offer. So
the wildlife you see out there, it's amazing. You're seeing turtles multiple times a week. You're seeing sharks swim by. You're seeing dolphins out on the boat. So it feels like every 100 feet you go in the reef, it's a completely different experience. We're like, oh yeah, I went and snorkeled the reef. Oh, I went and dived the reef. But literally 100 feet down, you're going to see something completely different.
Yeah, we're getting numb to it at this point because I go all the time, and it's like, oh yeah, there's another sea turtle.
Dolphins are still exciting. It doesn't matter how many times you see dolphins. It's always like, oh, dolphins, let's slow the boat around. Let's do it.
Speaking of that, so like if someone wanted to have if they want to explore further, if they just mentioned this podcast, are you guys open to giving like a complimentary consultation, maybe kind of show them around, answer any questions.
Sure, yeah, no problem. We can help. If they have any questions, we're happy to hop on a Zoom call, answer any questions they have. I'm sure people watching will have a lot of questions, and yeah, no problem.
I love it. Super helpful.
You guys have painted such a beautiful picture. It really makes you want to take a trip. What do you say, Lex?
Yes.
I've
been
Yes.
Man, she said that my paintings were horrible.
No, I'm telling you, I mean, really, it's like, I feel like so many people just want to kind of escape from like this crazy world we've been living in up here. And honestly, like there's no time like now to consider whether it's a relocation or a really great investment, you know? And it sounds like the way everything's set up down there, it's much more seamless than if you were to pursue elsewhere.
This is an important question. We don't want to miss this.
Yeah.
There could be something really important to share right now.
Do or die
Have
moment.
a quick meeting and get the right.
Like a little powwow. Should we like put it on pause and like have a brainstorming?
We totally could do that.
I think
No. I would say this. I would say, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. And I think now more than ever, it's really important. This is a lifestyle podcast, but it's more important than ever too, to look at your investment portfolio, look at the current state of things in the US and around the world, and think to, at least explore diversification to other countries, and cover your bases given what's going on.
I think the one thing that's you don't have to be a genius to do well in Belize. It's kind of like investing if you had a time machine. You can like go back. The one thing that's crazy here is we don't have any fast food chains. We don't see the franchises around. We have a place called Marbucks that wants to be Starbucks, but it's not there. But so we don't have that here. And the one thing that's crazy with Belize is it's open to it. So it just kind of shows where we are in the scheme of time, where progress can go. So there's just so many opportunities here. And when you have such a growth market, kind of take anything that's worked in the domestic market, apply it here, and it'll likely be successful.